government reaffirms commitment to Malaysia Agreement 1963. Investors' confidence in stable policy has increased foreign fund inflows. Salam Malaysia Madani. You're watching Malaysia Tonight. I'm Jessica Lee. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has reaffirmed his commitment to fulfilling the promises made under the Malaysia Agreement 1963 or the MA63 despite facing criticisms and challenges. Now stressing that he does not take a defensive stance in defending MA63, he noted that from the beginning of his tenure as Prime Minister, despite criticism in Parliament from the opposition, was not afraid of losing support or facing threats. He said promises must be fulfilled and carried out with integrity, knowing that decisions made were wise and justified. Datuk Seri Anwar noted that Sarawak has made much greater development progress compared to Sabah.
Sarawak itu dianggap sebagai negeri yang punya potensi dan kekuatan, terutama dalam bidang tenaga, di antara terpenting di rantau ini, bukan lagi di Malaysia, di rantau ini. Dan seperti mana yang disebut berulang kali oleh Premier Abang Tuan, kejayaan Sarawak itu kejayaan kita semua.
He said this at the Majlis Ramah Mesra PM bersama pimpinan Komuniti Masyarakat Daerah Kapit at the Kapit Civic Centre today. He also highlighted ongoing development projects like the Pan-Borneo Highway in Sarawak and Sabah, stressing the importance of reducing disparities between urban and rural areas. Commenting on the role of Sarawak in Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar said that the success that Bumi Kenyalang experienced is now also a success for the country. He called on the new generation in Sarawak, Sabah and Peninsular Malaysia to embody shared values of humanity and deep love for their state and country.
Kadang-kadang anak-anak muda tak tahu. Dia akan jerit-jerit, minta gaduh, minta lawan, dia lupa. Kita nak selamatkan tanah Melayu, nak selamatkan Sarawak dan Sabah. Dan untuk itu kita kena kuat kerjasama kita. Ada masalah? Ada. Ada yang belum buat? Ada. Ada yang tak puas hati? Ada. Tapi apakah jalan kita mesti gaduh? Kecam sana, kecam sini. Bangkit soal kaum.
He said this after attending a gathering with community leaders of Rumah Panjang in Kapit and Song districts at Rumah Robert Nangga Sebatu in Kapit. The Ministry of Transport will continue to tighten and expand the integrated operation on heavy vehicles, including lorries, to ensure that drivers comply with the rules and are not driving under the influence of drugs. Elaborating further on the matter, its Minister Anthony Loke said the operations that had been carried out by the Road Transport Department or JPJ, which targeted express and sightseeing bus drivers, found that many drivers tested positive for drugs. Anthony Loke told reporters after officiating the 20th Negeri Sembilan DAP Ordinary Convention today. In the meantime, the minister once again reminded the owner or operator of the company who has a driver tested positive for drugs resulting in an accident will also face action. Now, Lok was commenting on two cases of fatal accidents in Seremban recently involving two lorries, and based on the police investigations, it was found that the drivers of the lorries were found positive for methamphetamine. Now, he said this is because company owners have a responsibility to ensure that drivers are prudent and do not abuse their license and position or commit traffic offences. A total of 156 students from B40 families in the Sungai Buloh constituency have benefited from the Yayasan Bank Rakyat, or the YBR, Early Study Aid program with an allocation of nearly 50,000 ringgit to help them pursue higher education. Now, the aid was presented by Deputy Minister of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives, Datuk Sri R. Ramanan, during a ceremony at Dewan MBSA Bunga Matahari, Kota Damansara today. He said the assistance aims to ease the financial burden on parents, particularly in providing for the educational needs of students, such as paying fees or purchasing learning materials.
Saya selaku ahli parlimen yang bertanggungjawab.
Hari ini kita telah menyumbang 50,000, Yayasan Bank Rakyat telah menyumbang 50,000, RM50,000 kepada 156 pelajar yang akan masuk ke IPT. Ada yang terima 500, ada yang terima 300. Dia bergantung kepada di mana mereka belajar dan apa keputusan yang mereka dapat.
He said this when met by reporters at the event today. In his speech earlier, Dato' Ramanan highlighted YBR's continuous support for education in Sungai Buloh, which is greatly appreciated. As of September 2024, YBR has allocated 419,500 ringgit through the Early Study Aid program, benefiting 761 tertiary students nationwide. The proposed inclusion of a Corruption Perception Index, or CPI, into the Key Performance Index, KPI, of civil servants is seen as promoting transparency and holding government agencies accountable for their actions, leading to better governance practices. According to Tan Sri Lilam Thai, who is a member of the Malaysian Integrity Institute, officials are more likely to be responsible and act openly when they know they will be evaluated with the CPI criterion, shifting the focus from the assessment of volume and speed of work to such issues as public trust and ethical behaviour, thereby discouraging corruption. Now, on the other hand, CPI data can also be used to provide civil servants with more training, especially on ethics and anti-corruption practices, creating a systemic approach to reducing corruption, enhancing governance, promoting a culture of accountability, and eventually resulting in improved training of staff. However, he added that it is also equally important to be aware that overemphasis on CPI might lead to an imbalanced approach to overall performance, as CPI, which is based on perceptions, could be subjective and may not always reflect the actual level of corruption, among other things. Now, he stated that the KPIs should include financial and customer indices, among others, to create a comprehensive and robust system that enhances performance, meets expectations, and improves governance. Johor Customs conducted 3 operations in July and August, seizing cigarettes, unregistered liquor and drugs with a total value of 15.2 million ringgit. Now, a total of 75 individuals were arrested, including 39 local citizens and 37 foreigners.
Pasukan telah menjumpai bungkusan hitam, plastik bungkusan dengan tulisan teh Cina, alat acuan dan vacuum sealer yang mengandungi 14 bungkusan kecil berisi pil dan sebut dengan pelbagai berat yang disyaki dadah. Ujian dan pengesahan awal terhadap sebut-sebut tersebut mendapati ianya positif dadah jenis methamphetamine, ketamin dan ecstasy.
The State Customs Department Director further revealed the smugglers' tactics involved making false declarations of goods to evade detection. Additionally, 180 premises were inspected, leading to the seizure of unregistered alcohol and cigarettes valued at 2.2 million ringgit. Aminul Izmir also confirmed that all cases are being investigated under Section 135 of the Customs Act 1967. Now, rivers are a vital national resource, yet pollution often disrupts ecosystems and harms community health. The Johor government's initiative to install log booms or trash traps aims to preserve polluted rivers. Zuhairi Zainuddin has more.
Johor's ESCO for Health and Environment, Ling Tian Sun, stated that the lock boom installed last year is part of the government initiative to develop Johor by 2030. He noted that this effort has yielded positive results.
Tetapi satu data yang suka saya kongsikan, di tahun 2022, Johor ni ada 14 batang sungai dalam senarai sungai tercemah di Malaysia. Tapi bagi senarai tahun 2023 pula, sungai tercemah dalam negeri Johor ini tinggal 9. Bererti tak ada pengurangan 5 sungai tercemah.
2 boats have been deployed for waste cleanup in rivers alongside coast traps and oil traps, while 13 lock booms have been installed in Johor's rivers, including Sungai Skudai, Tebrau and Plentong. However, these measures will be ineffective if irresponsible individuals continue to dump waste, potentially damaging the lock booms, each valued at Ringgit 300,000.
Kita perlu sama-sama menjaga kebersihan kita, dan sampah itu bukan dia muncul dia sendiri ataupun secara semula jadi. Sampah ini semua dari mana? Adalah daripada tingkah laku manusia. Oleh itu, ayo sama-sama kita menjaga sungai kita, sama-sama kita cintai sungai kita.
Kita ada sediakan jaring untuk mengumpul sampah-sampah tu daripada mengalir terus. Dia akan sangkut kat situ kan. Itu salah satu cara dia. Kita kena sedar bahawa sungai ni penting sebab sungai ni lah sumber daripada makanan kita. Apa tu membersih tangan, kita guna air kan, guna sungai.
Keadaan sungai-sungai di Johor sebagai persatuan kita tidak puas hati. Banyak pencemaran telah berlaku, sedang dilaku, akan dilaku jika kita tiap-tiap rakyat sendiri menjaga sungai-sungai di Johor. Bukan hak kerajaan saja, bukan agensi-agensi kerajaan. Rakyat sendiri mau menjaga dengan tidak mengotorkan sungai-sungai, buang apa-apa yang dia suka.
Rivers are not only important as a source of water, but they also contribute to economic growth, energy, and national security. By that, the effort to sustain rivers does not solely rest on the authorities, but also lies in our very own hands as a citizens. Appreciate and cherish our rivers. Zuhairi Zainuddin, RTM.
Now, on that note, Sungai Johor has been selected as a pilot location to test the effectiveness of a river condition monitoring system. Now, this initiative, led by the state government in collaboration with the local authority and the Department of Irrigation and Drainage, is expected to launch early next year. Johor's State Housing and Local Government Committee Chairman, Datuk Muhammad Jafni Muhammad Syukur, said 850,000 ringgit has been allocated for the initial phase, focusing on the efficacy of detection devices. Now, these lead detector sensors will continuously measure water quality, allowing relevant agencies to swiftly address pollution issues from factories along the river.
Kita guna lead detection sensor letak di sungai. Kita boleh ukur 24 jam bacaan sungai tercemar tu. Dan akan datang kita akan buat profiling kelang-kelang yang berada di sepanjang sungai untuk kita buat detection kalau ada pencemaran ni datang daripada kelang mana, supaya di peringkat agensi lain boleh ambil tindakan segera. Pasal kita tak nak berlaku lagi macam yang lepas, melibatkan sekolah terpaksa ditutup kepada mereka yang tidak bertanggungjawab ni.
As for now, the acceptance letter has been submitted and system design, software installation and application implementation will begin next month. Over 150 potential business matches generated at Tokyo Game Show 2024. Investors' confidence in Bank Negara Malaysia's or BNM's stable monetary policy has contributed to a strong inflow of foreign funds. A total of 17.7 billion ringgit of foreign funds were being pumped into the bond and equity markets for the first 8 months of this year. Kerana research said BNM maintained the overnight policy rate or the OPR at 3% rather than following the interest rate movements of the United States Federal Reserve or the Fed. Instead, the central bank focused on local dynamics, which has attracted foreign investors to invest in the Malaysian market. According to the research firm, inflows in the bond market reached 9 billion ringgit in August, the highest amount since July 2023. This is following the 7.8 billion ringgit inflow in July, indicating growing investor interest in the Malaysian market. In the same period, almost 4 billion ringgit inflows were recorded in the equity market. BNM is expected to maintain the interest rates at 3% until 2025, with the ringgit forecasted at 4.1 against the US dollar by the end of 2025. Now, Malaysia can leverage emerging AI technologies from China to enhance its telecommunications, media, broadcasting and film sectors. According to Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil during his visit to the country, a joint venture between Altel and G-Space on satellite technology, specifically direct-to-cell solutions, could improve connectivity in remote areas. Additionally, real-time translation technology could help the film industry attract a broader audience by accommodating different languages. He also identified opportunities for creating exportable content, such as popular microdramas under 1 minute long. Now, the minister also urged media agencies like RTM, Bernama and Finas to accelerate content creation that showcases Malaysia's uniqueness to attract Chinese tourists. During his trip, Fahmi held bilateral meetings with China's National Radio and Television Administration Minister Chow Shu-min and Minister of Industry and Information Technology Jin Zhuanglong. They signed a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU for cooperation in media and broadcasting, focusing on tourism, food, culture and economic content. He also witnessed an MOU between a Malaysian mobile network operator and a Chinese telecommunications company to enhance technological solutions, including 5G mobile coverage. Now, the Housing and Local Government Ministry hopes the Madani Deposit Initiative will be tabled in the coming budget 2025. Now, according to the Minister, Ngah Ming, the focus was to help low-income groups and workers in the gig economy sector to own their first house. If the proposal goes through, the minister is confident the number of Malaysians owning a home will increase as well.
Saya bagi contoh, saudara beli rumah 300,000. The first 10% kerajaan bagi. Maka yang lain bank mesti akan pinjam because you soft your deposit kan 30,000 kita bagi. Hak rumah yang boleh dibeli adalah dari harga tidak melebihi 500,000. Rumah pertama umur 21 hingga 24 harga rumah tidak melebihi 500,000 dan kita harap inisiatif ini dapat diterima oleh Kementerian Kewangan.
Ngah Ming added that this mechanism would ensure that the money was used only to purchase a house. The initiative also takes into account young people who have just graduated but facing issues securing bank loans due to lack of supportive documentation. Previously, the ministry submitted 33 initiatives for consideration by the Ministry of Finance for Budget 2025. All of them involved an allocation worth almost 1 billion ringgit. Over 150 potential business matches were successfully forged between 10 Malaysian gaming studios and companies at the Tokyo Game Show TGS 2024. Now, these transactions were jointly facilitated by the Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, or MDEC, and the Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, or MATRADE. MDEC Head of Digital Transformation, Datuk Fazli Abdul Wahid, emphasised the importance of collaborating with Martrade to foster international partnerships, attract foreign investments and establish Malaysia as a key hub within the ASEAN region. He encouraged more local companies to participate in future events to expand their overseas ventures. The Malaysia Pavilion at TGS 2024 showcased the innovation of 10 Malaysian gaming companies, including Atticles, Ammobox Studios, Bear Down Studios, Dreamscapes EdTech, eSoft MSC, Guli, Magnus Game Studio, Arcade Studio, Why Not, and Todak Studios. Key activities at the pavilion included high-level meetings, business matching and networking with Japanese game publishers and technology incubators such as Bandai Namco Studio, Nintendo and IMDA Singapore. The Malaysian Takaful Association, or MTA, has called on the government to raise tax relief for life, education and medical insurance premiums in the upcoming budget 2025. Now, it said this measure will help alleviate the financial burden on consumers, particularly in light of the substantial increases in insurance premiums in recent years. The MTA has specifically requested an increase in tax relief for insurance-related premiums from the current 3,000 ringgit for life insurance and 3,000 ringgit for education and medical insurance. This is especially crucial for medical insurance, which has experienced significant premium hikes. Additionally, the industry has been grappling with inflationary pressures and market volatility, further exacerbated by the increase in the service tax rate to 8% in March. To mitigate this, MTA has proposed that the government provide additional tax relief or incentives to companies or employers contributing to group employee benefit schemes. Also suggested a personal income tax relief or rebate for customers who purchase a Takaful scheme for charitable or donation purposes. The Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad has launched the MasterCard-inspired credit card I, a new Sharia-compliant credit card designed for young professionals. Developed in collaboration with MasterCard, this innovative card offers exclusive benefits designed to help graduates and early career individuals manage their finances effectively. Bank Islam Group Chief Business Officer for Retail Banking, Mizan Masram, said the Bank Islam MasterCard-inspired credit card I is designed to be affordable for first-time users, offering a lifetime annual fee waiver. Now, card members also earn 2 times True Points on airlines and online purchases, plus unlimited True Points on all retail spending, giving them more value in every transaction. Besides earning rewards, the card provides practical perks like 2 complimentary entries to Plaza Premium Lounges annually and 20% off on KLIA Express fares, offering convenience and savings for frequent travellers. Courtesy of MasterCard, cardholders can also enjoy offers and benefits from MasterCard's priceless specials throughout the year. New cardholders who apply and activate their Inspire credit card with minimum spending of 100 ringgit in a single transaction will receive a 30 ringgit Grab voucher redeemable on the Grab app for Grab food and Grab ride services. Now, the ringgit is projected to keep appreciating next week, though traders are cautious about key U.S. economic indicators, according to analyst Dr. Muhammad Afzanizam Abdul Rashid from Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad. Now, important metrics include the US ISM Manufacturing Index, the Job Openings and Labour Turnover Survey, or JOLTS, ADP employment changes, and non-farm payroll, or the NFP figures. Next week will be data heavy, with traders also observing Japan's Tankan survey for business sentiment. Dr. Muhammad Afzanizam believes the ringgit will find strong support at 4.0728 ringgit. Now, SBI Asset Management's Stephen Innes, meanwhile, noted that the ringgit's recent gains are now driven by China's stimulus, making it vulnerable to China's economic outlook. He expects the ringgit to remain supported by anticipated Federal Reserve rate cuts, but warns it could be affected by rising US yields. Ines also anticipates a consolidation phase leading up to next week's NFP report and does not foresee the US dollar versus Malaysian ringgit reaching the 4.15 level unless US data exceeds expectations. Now, the ringgit strengthened by 1.6% against the US dollar over the past week, rising 14.76% over 6 months. It improved to 4.1230 or 1280 against the dollar, its strongest since June 2021, while also gaining against the euro, British pound and Japanese yen. The ringgit also rose against ASEAN currencies but slightly weakened against the Thai baht. Now, the local rubber market is expected to trade at equilibrium with supply and demand dynamics offsetting each other as trading activities will be curtailed to a certain extent due to the coming Golden Week holidays in China. Now, industry expert Dennis Low, however, said that there would be sporadic buying and replenishment activities of stock based on current usage. Low also noted that the prices should remain flattish, mainly due to the easing of rains in the rubber-producing regions. Meanwhile, the Malaysian Rubber Glove Manufacturers Association, or MARCMA, said supply disruption of natural rubber, or NR, would continue to be a concern next week due to adverse weather conditions in the rubber-producing nations, coupled with the performance of the regional rubber futures markets. It was reported that economists expect a global NR deficit of 1.2 million tonnes in 2024, and this condition is projected to widen further from middle January 2025 onwards, following the increased intensity of extreme weather in NR-producing nations. On a Friday-to-Friday basis, the Malaysian Rubber Board's MRP reference price for standard Malaysian Rubber 20 or the SMR 20 increased by 5.5 cent to 848.5 cent per kilogram, from 843 cent per kilogram last week. Meanwhile, latex in bulk rose by 18 cent to 708 cent per kilogram from 690 cent per kilogram previously. Now, recently, Metro Healthcare Berhad has entered into an underwriting agreement with MIDF Amanah Investment Bank Berhad to underwrite 34.26 million shares in conjunction with Metro's listing transfer to the ACE market of Bursa Malaysia. The healthcare provider, which is currently listed on the LEAP market, said its initial public offering or IPO on the ACE market entails an issuance of 156.63 million new shares, representing 16% of the group's enlarged share capital of 978.91 million shares. Of the new shares, 3.5% of the enlarged share capital are made open for application to the Malaysian public and pink form, and 12.5% of the enlarged share capital to Bumiputera investors approved by the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry. Its Managing Director, Lim Wai Kong, said in a statement, the ACE market's broader investor base will not only increase liquidity for the company's shares, but also raise the company's profile and potentially attract strategic partners. MIDF Amanah Investment Bank is the appointed principal advisor, sponsor, underwriter and placement agent for Metro's IPO. And that's it for this evening. In our top story, government reaffirms commitment to Malaysia Agreement 1963. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching.